And we are just about ready to start this championship game of the Sunshine State Conference Women's Soccer Tournament here at Berry University in Miami Shores, Florida. Berry University, as you can see, national champions a number of times. They are 9-time conference champions, Berry University. Taking on the third seed, University of Tampa Spartans, and they come in the third seed in the tournament, tied for second in the conference. We'll be back for the start of the game coming up. And welcome everybody to the Sunshine State Conference Women's Soccer Tournament Championship game. From Berry University in Miami Shores, Florida, we are at Buccaneer Field on a hot day here. Hi everybody, I'm Jack Ike, and a couple teams have advanced to the championship game, one by virtue of never winning a game. That is University of Tampa, and Berry University, the preseason prediction to be number one in the conference, did finish number one, the number one seed in the tournament. Berry advanced by beating Florida Tech in a semifinal game 2-1, while the University of Tampa played a quarterfinal game, a 1-1 draw against St. Leo, won it in penalty or shootout 5-4, and then a win on Friday night against Nova Southeastern, which was a 1-1 game as well, but they won 5-4 in a shootout in that one. I'm joined by Samantha Bohan, Duke University star, national tournament player star, national team tournament star, and the coach at Embry-Riddle. You are very familiar with both these teams.
Well, the Sunshine State is loaded with talented teams, and today's final will showcase two of them. Berry University comes off their third consecutive regular season championship, led by Coach of the Year Denise Barali. They are fast, athletic, and technical. Look for number 7, Shanice Robe, as she is one of the fastest players in the conference. Tampa finished third in the regular season conference under first-year coach Aaron Switowski. They have a young squad, but look for number 15, Cece Gonzalez, a senior, to lead this team. She's got to have a big game if they expect to upset the Buccaneers today.
Berry has won 9 conference regular season championships, only 1 tournament, while the University of Tampa has won the conference tournament 6 times. We'll be back for the start of the game right after this.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams, discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
The ocean is a world so different from our own, yet really the same, because life under the sea depends on life above it. But as sharks disappear and coral reefs struggle, it is mankind who is responsible, and mankind who can turn the tide. In the end, we're all connected, and that's why we've been studying our oceans right from the start. Nova Southeastern University, protecting marine life for all life.
I'm 75 and I'm still learning.
I'm 75 and I'm a champion. I'm 75 and I care about the community.
We're not really 75 years old, but Berry University is.
And Berry's proud to celebrate 75 years of helping students like us achieve greatness.
Since 1940, it's been our mission to provide every Berry student with the kind of transformational education that enables them to become thoughtful and caring leaders who make our world a better place. Berry University. We're just getting started.
And we are just about ready to start this championship game between Berry University and the University of Tampa. Jack Ike along with Samantha Bohan, and we are at Buccaneer Field on the campus of Berry University, Miami Shores, Florida. A hot day, 86 with a, they're saying it's 91 degrees out there. And Samantha, you've got a couple talented teams on the field.
We do. Berry is starting today in a 4-2-3-1. Look for number 8, Lavinia Nkomo up top. She's a dangerous player.
Teams are just about ready to start this game.
Tampa tonight is starting in a 4-4-2. CeCe Gonzalez, number 15 up top, is a quality player and a 4-time first-team All-Sunshine State Conference player.
Tampa will start, initiating play. CeCe Gonzalez, who, Samantha, you highlighted, starts play for the Spartans, and the Spartans drop back. Samantha, what do you expect to see? Both coaches are talking about they can't have slow starts to this game, which may be stating the obvious.
Sure. I think there are a couple keys to the game. If you look at Barry, they need to stay organized. It's important for Barry to keep their shape defensively and not let Tampa catch them in transition. They need to attack the width. They have some dynamic players on the flank, so they need to try and isolate defenders one-on-one. And then finally, they need to finish their chances. They're a creative, talented team, but they've got to put the ball in the back of the net to get the result today.
Spartans try to move it into the Barry end of the field. We'll get a throw in. Doing the honors will be Sarah Raymond.
As for Tampa, they need to absorb early pressure. Barry is typically a team that comes out pretty strong, sends a lot of numbers forward. So if they can stay composed and keep their shape, that'll be really good for Tampa. They need to keep the ball. Possession will be critical for Tampa. They've got skilled players that need to link up and force Barry to defend. And finally, they have to get numbers into the box. They cannot rely on their two front runners just to do the entire attack today.
Barry sends it deep into the Spartan end. That's Miranda Gonzalez with the ball. Gets it over to Allie Robinson. Allie, one of the taller players in the conference, 6 feet tall. She can see over everybody, and I know they use her especially on corner kicks to clog up the middle.
Well, in the semifinal game on Friday, she actually had the flick off the set piece that set up the goal by CeCe Gonzalez. So that's certainly something that I know Denise Brawley's gone over with her team, that they want to really try and reduce the number of set pieces and corner kicks that they give them.
Yesterday, sat in on the Barry practice, which was not a long practice. Everybody just got an hour to kind of stretch out and just loosen things up a little bit. But she said tomorrow you have a chance to set history. Now, Barry has won this conference championship, but it's way back in 2003 the first time. They're 3-time defending conference regular season champions, but that tournament title's eluded them.
Well, I think that speaks to the parity of the Sunshine State Conference. There are so many teams in this conference that could win on any given day, so that really shows that.
Throw in coming up for Barry. When you look at sheer numbers, Barry has maybe more top flight players than Tampa has, so it's going to be a better chance of Tampa to just try to keep them neutralized. There's Aaron Switalski, first-year coach. This was a team that was picked to finish 5th in the conference. Corner kick coming up for Barry, the first one of the game. A windy day here. It's blowing a crosswind, so this ball will be going with the wind. It's a low liner. Tampa able to knock it down, but Rogue turns around and fires one over the net. And there's Denise Brawley.
Well, and Denise has done a great job here. It's her 3rd consecutive Conference Coach of the Year award. It's her 3rd year as the head coach after being the assistant here for several years prior, and she's really done a fantastic job.
She is a native of Scotland, and we learned yesterday everything is brilliant.
Yeah.
She told us to go to this sports grill yesterday. She said because they have brilliant wings there, and they did. Early minutes of the game. Sunshine State Conference Championship game. Barry hosting this tournament. The final 4 teams do advance to the number 1 seed in the tournament, and it's possible, and it has happened before, that the top seed in the tournament doesn't play in the championship game even though they're hosting it.
You can see a change today from Barry that they didn't do on Friday night against FIT. They've changed formations. They're actually playing a 4-2-3-1 today instead of the 4-1-4-1. So this will be interesting to see how that plays out today.
And Tampa with the throw in. Sarah Raymond trying to get it away. Pop it down to the Barry end of the field where it goes out of bounds. Barry will get the throw in.
Tampa started in a 4-4-2, and playing against a 4-2-3-1, the thing that they're going to have to be aware of is they're actually numbers down in the center of the midfield. So they're going to have to be really smart with their positioning and shifting to make sure that Barry can't capitalize on that free player in the middle.
Tampa trying to advance the ball. Hayward moving it in for Tampa. Or I should say Gabby Sirica moving it in, but it's kicked. Tampa will get a corner kick out of this. And by the way, this telecast is sponsored by the NCAA Division II President's Council. Welcome to NCAA Division II, where excellence is always the pursuit, but not a narrow one. Division II is the country's premier stage for what matters most, the hearts, minds, and ambitions of young people. Make it yours. Off the corner kick. Ferrero, nice job with getting her hand in there to knock it away.
And I think the referee called a little bit of contact on the keeper. They're really going to protect the keepers there. They don't want to see any players coming in and getting a free shot on them, so that was the call there today.
So Paula Ferrero will roll it out and get the goal kick. Boots it on a one-hopper past midfield. There was Amanda Trainer heading it. Now the Spartans try to move it. That's Asgadum, one of our players to watch in this game. Samantha, the Spartans have played 2 games in this tournament. Both went to shootouts. Will attrition mean anything with a game Tuesday and a game Friday, that they have played an extra 40-some minutes?
Well, usually these teams are pretty fit and ready to go by the end of the season. So I think maybe you might see something in the second half, but really the first half, they're so excited. They've got a lot of adrenaline flowing, so I don't expect to see any effects of that right now in this first half.
How about the hot weather? Carolyn Frygard in goal for the Spartans. There you see number 1.
Well, I think because they're all Florida teams, I think this isn't any big difference for all of us that are living in Florida. So, again, it's a nice day. They had a nice night games, actually a little bit of rain on Friday. So I'm sure it'll be a hot day, but I think they're all excited and ready to be in the final.
Now, the one thing we can say, it is unusually hot for November. It's not unusually hot in terms of what these teams have gone through this year. It's pretty much a typical day. Ferrero in goal. Came over, watches her teammate kick it away. Robinson and Como locking heels there.
Let's go, Ray.
And Miranda Gonzalez sends it to Frygard, who has to chase that one down. And she just kicks it out of bounds. That was heading out of the box, and she had not too many choices there, but to just get it out of play.
That was probably a safe decision there. Just play it out of bounds, let your team get back and organize.
Throw in for Barry. Kicked out by Tampa, and we'll do it again. Off the throw in. Comes back out. That's Asgadum for the Spartans, turning around, heading the other way. Hot in pursuit. That's Cece Gonzalez. Checked and comes back. Spartans try to move it forward. Didn't have numbers and kicked away. And they will get the throw in. We are only 8 minutes into this game, 37 minutes to go, first half. Sunshine State Conference Women's Championship game. The winner, an automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. The losing team most likely headed for the NCAA tournament. As Barry seated number 1 in the regional, the Spartans are 3rd in the regional right now. 4 teams will advance in the regional. Spartan shot knocked down by Sirica of the Spartans. And now Robe turns around, heads the other way, chased by Jess Moreno. Moreno takes it away. Cicero moves it over to Asgadum. Asgadum trying to advance, cuts in, kicked away. Some fancy footwork, tries to center it, and Ferrero tries to dive, not able to, right out front. Shot by the Spartans, Gonzalez just wide.
Wow, what a great opportunity, a great build-up, starting with Nastasia Asgadum. She goes all the way down the end line, gets around the corner, plays a ball in right there to number 18, Gabby Sirica, lays it back to Cece Gonzalez. And oh, I bet you she'd want that one back. She didn't miss that on Friday night.
And one thing that Aaron Switalski said is a fast start, something that the Spartans have not done recently. And when you're playing a team like Barry, that may be imperative.
And Asgadum's a tough player, number 12 for Tampa. She transferred in from UCF. Her dad is the assistant coach on the men's side. She's a good player, and you add her up there with the dynamic duo of Gonzalez. That's certainly a tough duo that Barry's going to need to keep an eye on.
Yeah, that's right, Turner!
Barry turns around, heads the other way. Robe has it right at midfield. Guarded by Jess Moreno. Burst of speed by Robe there, finds teammate Nkomo. She tries a little give and go back to Robe, but it goes out of bounds. Spartans will get the goal kick. Early in the game. Still early in the game, no score. Just 11 minutes into this one. See who will make the championship field for the 2015 Division II men's and women's soccer tournaments on Monday, November 9th. That's tomorrow. The men's soccer selection show will air live at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, followed by the women's selection show at 6:30 p.m. Both selection shows are broadcast on ncaa.com. Barry teasing Cece Gonzalez, and then Ferrero has to kick it away. Headed back by the Spartans. Cicero centers to Gabby Sirica. Chases, makes a nice move inside, has a chance, waits, fires a shot just wide.
This is exactly what Erin Switalski was asking for. She needed a quick start. She needed to keep good possession here. You can see that Gabby Sirica isolates the defender, beats her, cuts it back, hits a left-footed shot and just off frame. That's a fantastic start for Tampa.
Psychologically, does that weigh on the other team that even though nothing happened, they did got good opportunities?
Sure. I mean, I think every team wants to have the ball at their offensive end. So the fact that it's been down here in Barry's defensive end is not what Coach Brawley and her staff would like.
Throw in coming for Barry. Ale Picasso to throw it in. Spartans turn around, head the other way. Gonzalez to Asgadam. She's knocked off the ball, tries to keep it going. And Barry controls again. Into the hands or the feet of Amber Smith. She moves it up. Robe has it go out of bounds. Each team signaling it's theirs. The official gives it to Tampa. And Barry now crossing midfield. Little stutter step. Smith again has it. Molly Sharp now back across midfield. Grimshaw. Guarded by Cicero, and it goes out of bounds. She tried to pass, tried to move it up to Robe, not able to connect.
Grimshaw's an important player. She's only a sophomore, but she was described by Coach Brawley as the heart of this team and very much respected by her teammates. So she's expected to organize the midfield, and she's a phenomenal player when she's on her game.
Kicked out of bounds again, and Barry to throw it in. Grimshaw now dodges a couple players, kicks it forward. Cicero knocks it away for the Spartans, or I should say that's Miranda Gonzalez knocking it away. Younger sister of Cece Gonzalez. Cece was a 4-time first-team all-conference player. Miranda making all-conference this year as a sophomore.
I think Miranda Gonzalez is a key player here for Tampa. She was fantastic on Friday night, really holding the Conference Player of the Year at bay, and so she's going to have another tough challenge on her hands today with Lavinia and Como up top.
Spartans move it up. Raymond finds Asgadam. Nice move by Asgadam. Still has it, working the sideline. Centers. Knocked down by Barry. Before Cece Gonzalez could get it, she knocks down a Barry player back out to midfield. Robinson bumped into Molly Sharp, and it should be a throw-in for the Spartans. That is Miranda Gonzalez, sophomore defenseman for the Spartans, one of the key players on this team.
I would have liked to have had a heart monitor on her on Friday to see how many miles she covered on Friday night semifinal, because she was everywhere. She did a great job covering all the way on and behind, and also goes forward and takes phenomenal corner kicks. So she's really an outstanding player for Coach Switalski.
Ball kicked out of bounds. They say it went off Sirica, and it will be a goal kick for Ferrero. We are 15 minutes into this game. No score.
I must say, 15 minutes in, it was a little bit of a different start than maybe we were expecting. Typically, Barry comes out a little bit stronger, and Tampa is a slower start, but it's been the opposite this afternoon.
Barry turns it around, heads the other way, get it to Robe. Shadowed by Moreno, goes out of bounds. I would say the way it looks is Moreno, if Robe goes to get a drink, Moreno's going to go get a drink. And Como fights off Miranda Gonzalez. Centers out front. No one there but a Spartan, and they kick it away. Now Robe tries to get it back, comes out of the box. Back into the box. Frygard runs over, picks it up on 2 hops, and will punt it away.
Audrey Hayward did a great job of tracking her player in there so that when that cross did come in there from Nkomo, that she was able to clear it away. That could have been a dangerous ball.
Robinson out to midfield. Coach Switalski told us yesterday, Robinson, even though she's 6 feet tall, very athletic though, very competitive. Out of bounds, it'll be a throw in for the Barry University Buccaneers.
Erin was a goalkeeper in her playing days, so she maybe comes at the game from a little bit of a different perspective, but she's shown that she's done a phenomenal job here in her first year. It's really impressive to be here in the conference final.
Spartans chasing it. It's going to go out of bounds. No, they saved it. No, it went out. Oh, no, they say play on. Play on they do. Rhea Seckler moving it forward. Chasing it down now is Raymond. Seckler chasing her, and Raymond just kicks it out of bounds, gives the throw in to Barry. Under 30 minutes now, first half. Picasso will throw it in. She does. She has it on her foot, pops it up. Chase for it. Gets away. And kicked to the far side of the field where Robe tracks it down. She has Grimshaw, finds her. More and more right on her.
You can see now Barry's starting to settle down, keep the ball on the ground, knock it around, try and take advantage of the free player that they've got in the midfield and make Tampa chase a little bit.
Miranda Gonzalez heading it away. Back to Barry near midfield. Trainer advancing it. They try to find Nkomo, knocked away by the Spartans. Asgedam doesn't have numbers, tripped up, foul called.
Nasgadam has to be careful because she's such a dynamic attacking player that if she gets caught all the way back there in the defensive half trying to defend, then they lose her up top, and Cece Gonzalez cannot do it by herself.
Knocked out of bounds. Spartans will get the throw in. Sarah Raymond to do the honors. And Nkomo. She's got Robe on her right side. Seckler on the right, on the left, I should say. They try to pop it in. Moreno was there. Now there's a shot, just goes wide. Frightguard had her eye on that one.
That was a good build-up for Barry. It started on the left side, and then it went to Nkomo. She lays it off to Robe right here, gets a good opportunity, chips it, doesn't miss the defender the first time, tries it the second time, and it just goes high.
Back out toward midfield, Cece Gonzalez pushes it over to Sirica, working the right sideline. Burst of speed, knocked away from her, out of bounds. Spartans will get the throw in. Nice job by Ali Picasso to stay with Sirica. Raymond doing the honors, gets it to Asgadam. She punches it forward to Sirica. Barry steals. Spartans knock it back in. Raymond has it on her foot. Looks to center. Sees Gonzalez. Gonzalez not able to get it. A swing and a miss by one Barry player, but back out to Turner. Frygard way out of the goal to get that one. Can't use her hands when she's that far out, but can redirect the play and start the Spartans up. Steal taken away by Barry and Como. Down the side of the field, that's Grimshaw. Waits, winds, fires, and a goal! Christy Grimshaw put it in the upper right corner. Nowhere to go for Frygard. She couldn't see, probably got a little late start because she was born.
Barry University goal. Number 14, Christy Grimshaw. Assist number 10, Rhea Seckler. Time of the goal, 20-41.
Didn't have much option there. That was a phenomenal finish from a key player that Coach Brawley depends on, sophomore Christy Grimshaw from Stonehaven, Scotland.
There wasn't much Frygard could do about that one. That was just perfectly placed. 1-0. Barry on top, scoring about 20 minutes into the game.
And if you're Tampa, that has to be a little bit discouraging because you've had some good opportunities. You've created a couple goal-scoring chances, and you just couldn't put it in the back of the net. And really, that was Barry's first chance, and they put it away. So we talked about a key for Barry is finishing their chances, and they showed in the first 20 minutes that they could do that.
You had just mentioned a few minutes before that Barry appeared to finally have settled down, gotten over the excitement of starting this game.
They're such a technical team that they have to be careful and not get away from that. They're so good on the ball, really, from their entire starting 11. Their backs are comfortable going forward. Their midfield loves to knock and move. They're very creative on the ball, so they really are a very talented team.
Frygard will get the goal kick for the Spartans.
If you're Tampa, you just got to keep going. You've created chances. You've shown that you can create chances. So you just got to keep plugging away. What's working is this play right here. They're attacking the width. They're trying to isolate. They're trying to make the two Barry players come and defend a little bit more and not get too comfortable staying up high. That's what they need to stay with.
Kicked out of, saved by Barry, but they actually center it near Ferrero. And Spartans, I think, will get a corner kick out of this. Pensacola, Florida, and the University of West Florida will host the 2015 Division II men's and women's soccer semifinal and championship games. The semifinal games will air on December 3rd. National champions crowned on December 5th. Each game will be broadcast live on NCAA.com. Miranda Gonzalez with the corner kick. Right-footed kick popped up. Ferrero jumps in the middle, takes down one of her players, but makes the save.
Well, that's what you ask of your keepers. You want them to own the 6-yard box, and she did that there.
And back out near midfield. Robe has it. Barry turns around, heads the other way. Robe with Cicero on her, knocked down. They play on. And the Spartans go out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for Tampa.
You see one adjustment that Coach Brawley has done. She moved Rhea Seckler out wide and pulled Amanda Trainer into the middle on that midfield line there. So it'll be interesting to see. Maybe it's a better matchup for Rhea Seckler on number 2, Sarah Raymond.
As you saw, the Spartans already with 2 corner kicks. Barry with 1. And Asgadam with the steal. She's got Sirica on the side. Sirica now trying to dance away, fires a shot. Ferrero gobbles it up.
And again, a great build-up by Tampa. Started with Asgadam. She beats a player here. She plays it off to Sirica, turns, fires a shot low into the corner, but Ferrero was there to smother it up.
And back in play. Moreno chasing it down for Tampa. And Como trying to get it for, and she does come out of the pack with it. Looking for a teammate. Moreno dogging her. Waits, tries to center it, knocked away. Out of bounds, it'll be a Spartan ball and a goal kick for Caroline Freitgard. Freitgard, a sophomore alternate. Ferrero is the first team goalie, but Freitgard was the alternate goalie. She's from Stockholm, Sweden. And her kick is going to sail out of bounds. It will be a throw-in. Berry with the throw-in. Robe. And Gonzalez kicks it away for the Spartans. Stolen by Berry, centered out front. Miranda Gonzalez kicks it away. Dangerous pass there by the Spartans.
That was a phenomenal play by Amanda Trainer. She did a great job coming over, sliding over, and stealing that ball. Only a sophomore. She's got a great future ahead.
Throw in by Tampa. Right near the Tampa bench. Little ping pong going on right now. Finally rolls out of bounds. Under 20 minutes now to go in the first half. Berry University on top of Tampa, 1-0. Sunshine State Conference Tournament Championship game for the women. Grimshaw, I should say, with the kick. Goes wide. She has the one and only goal in this game.
I think she got a little excited trying to add to her total there. That was a bit ambitious, but hey, go for it. It's a conference final.
Freitgard's kick a little bit low. Taken by the Spartans, Audrey Hayward. Tampa advances across midfield, tried to get it to Asgedam, not able to. Cece Gonzalez trying to slalom her way between a couple players, finally taken away by Berry. And now Berry heading the other way. Seckler pops it forward. Seckler again, this time kicked away by Raymond. Asgedam punches it forward to Cece Gonzalez. Cece waits, looks, finds Sirica on the right wing. Sirica advances, cuts in, waits, fires, knocked down. Sirica still able to get it, finds Sarah Raymond up top. She lofts one in toward the box, headed away. And Como quickly the other way. Miranda Gonzalez thwarts that attempt and gets it to Cicero for the Spartans. And Berry pops it back near midfield. More and more on the side. Finds Sirica. She's got Raymond on her right. Sirica's going to keep moving. Dodges one. Cuts back in. Knocked down. Very close to the box. Knocked down by Katie Turner.
You can see that Sirica was running at, beats number 27 and gets tackled right here. She didn't make that very difficult for the ref.
Very close to happening in the box. They're calling it about 2 yards out. It'll be a direct kick for the Spartans. Ferrero aligning her players.
This is a dangerous play here for Berry. This is what Coach Brawley was trying to avoid. And Gonzalez, Miranda Gonzalez that is, has a great foot on her. So this will be interesting to see if she tries to go for it or if she puts it up in the mix.
Just high. That was the spot to go to, but it was about a foot too high. And it remains 1-0 Berry.
But that's 2 or 3 chances since Berry has scored that Tampa's come back on the other end and created some good opportunities. They should be confident. This is not an insurmountable lead by any means. There's a lot of game left.
Back out near midfield. Bounces around a little bit. Spartans turn it around. Gonzalez finds Asghedom, kicked away. Seckler with it. Grimshaw sends it over to the far side. McDonald advancing it. Robe had a little room, taken away though by Miranda Gonzalez. Centers it over to Allie Robinson, who pushes it forward. That's Gabby Sirica. Finds Asghedom. Now a chase for it. Turner will beat her to it, and she knocks it back to her goalie, Ferrero. And her kick out near midfield. Goes out of bounds. Spartans, or I should say the Buccaneers, will get the throw in.
Into the game for the Buccaneers, number 16, Hannah DeRocher.
And that's Grimshaw with the one goal for this game, and also had another nice shot from a little bit further out, but Grimshaw scoring about 15 minutes into this game. We are now 15 minutes left in the first half. Denise Brawley there as a substitution for Barry.
Well, Hannah DeRocher, number 16, the hero from the semifinal game. She comes in to freshman forward. She got about 6 minutes of playing time on Friday night, but scored the game winner with about 9 minutes left. So maybe she's got some more mojo left.
Cece Gonzalez chasing the ball, kicked away by Barry, and it goes out of bounds. 14 minutes to go, first half. From Miami Shores, Florida. Popped up, that's a rainmaker there. Bounces out of bounds right in front of our camera. Throw in coming up for Sarah Raymond for the Spartans. She looks for Asghedom. Asghedom just ducks under it and lets it go. Now she has it on her foot, dancing toward the goal. Waits, looks to center, right out front, looking for Gonzalez, kicked away by Barry. Coming back the other way. And stopped by the Spartans. But Allie Robinson keeps it alive, and she goes tumbling to the turf.
That was a pretty fierce tackle by Allie Picasso. Maybe that's why she made first team all conference. She definitely just got stuck in there.
Kicked out, Spartans throw in.
You can see number 6,
That's
Allie Robinson running in there, and Picasso just gets stuck in. There's nothing wrong with that tackle. She got the ball, and the 6 foot tall Allie Robinson had a long way to fall on that one.
It was like felling a tree there. Stop for a couple seconds here, and a referee stopping play with 12:35 to go first half.
Looks like Picasso might have gotten shaken up on that tackle. Coach Brawley's got a little bit of a decision here. She doesn't usually sub the backs. That's a position that you usually try and get 90 minutes out of. So
Picasso is coming out. Does not look like she absorbed that punishment all that well there. Once we get back into action, Spartans will get a throw in. Raymond is waiting. Now they're helping Picasso off the field.
Into the game for the Buccaneers, number 6, Ingrid Leon. Into the game for
Leon
the Spartans, number 11, Madison Monroe.
Leon in for Barry, and number 11, Madison Monroe, coming in for the Spartans. The throw in to Raymond, back on Raymond's foot. She goes deep into the corner for Sirica, and the Spartans will get another corner kick. There is Madison Monroe from Kenosha, Wisconsin. Snowbird. Miranda Gonzalez with the corner kick. Sets it up, right-footed kicker. Last one she had, Ferrero jumped in the fray and made the save. There it is, right out front. Almost headed by the Spartans, goes chasing out of the box, where the Spartans try to get it back. They go back to Raymond. Spartans able to hold the zone. Corner kick so far, Spartans with 3 to just 1 for Barry. Miranda Gonzalez moves it forward and almost got it to her sister, but it rolled too quickly, and Ferrero has to pick it up before Cece can get there.
Miranda Gonzalez is serving in great ball. She's putting them pretty consistently at the back of the 6. I think Allie Robinson, number 6 for Tampa, needs to take advantage of her height and put her head on that.
And Como with a center right out front. Frygard scoops it up and rolls it out to Raymond on the close side here. Quickly up to Sirica. Met by a couple Barry players, so she has to defer. Cece Gonzalez tried to move it forward for the Spartans and just kicked away by Amber Smith for Barry just to stop the tide for a few seconds.
Well, Gabby Sirica's had a great start. In the first 35 minutes, you can see she's had a lot of success over here on this right side. She's very attacking minded. I think she's also played up top sometimes this season as well, and you can see that today.
Spartans, though, still controlling play. Asgedam trying to look for a player, find Cece Gonzalez, but kicked away nicely by Amanda Trainer. Cross midfield is Moreno. Heading back the other way. That's DeRocher, the one sub coming in. It goes out of bounds right by the Tampa bench. Gabby Sirica for the Spartans. And she is from Smithtown, New York. A transfer down here for the Spartans, just a sophomore, but has played a lot of minutes for this team.
But you can see what Coach Brawley has done, an adjustment she's made with Ali Picasso going out. She's pulled number 11, Amanda Trainer, to the right, left back, and she has put freshman Ingrid Leon in the outside midfield position where Trainer was.
Spartans with a throw in. Kicked away to the Spartan bench. Spartans will try it again. Division II gives student athletes the unique opportunity to compete in the classroom, on the court, in their career, for their causes, and most importantly, on their terms. This is NCAA Division II soccer. Make it yours. This is Sunshine State Conference Tournament Women's Championship game from Barry University, Buccaneer Field, Miami Shores, Florida. Jack Ike along with Samantha Bohan. Samantha, the coach at Embry-Riddle, a provisional member of the Sunshine State Conference. Played all these teams this year and have a, 2-0 record against these two this year?
I didn't say it, you did.
It's a fact. I can only spout the facts. Let's just say if you'd have been a full-fledged member, you'd have been a first division team. I know you're excited about it. You're moving up from NAIA to not only to the Sunshine State Conference, but to NCAA Division II soccer. Embry-Riddle in Daytona Beach, Florida.
It's pretty hard not to be excited about this conference. It's just a phenomenal conference in every sport. 7 national championships won last year. That was a record. I'm not sure of another conference in the country that can say that. So we're very, very excited about the outstanding opportunity we have ahead.
Popped up in the box, chasing it, goes sliding out. It's going to go out of bounds. Spartans will throw in, go the other way. We're down to 7:40 to go. So we're 38 minutes into this game, and it's 1-0 Barry. You can see a couple of the players are rolling up their sleeves a little bit as it's hot. Grimshaw met by a couple Spartan players. Tampa having a little trouble getting it out of their end. Now need to be careful on their passing here. Finally crossing midfield, chasing Barry back, goes out of bounds.
I think both teams, as they try and close out this half, are looking to keep the ball a little bit. When your legs get a little bit heavy and you're a little tired, the best thing you can do is keep possession, knock it around, make the other team chase.
I know you were telling me after the semifinal games on Friday that teams should immediately be doing something to prepare, not just walk to the bus and look for a place for dinner, but immediately. You were talking about power bars or power shakes by that time as you're on the bench. Ferrero with the dive and the save.
I think there's been a phenomenal advancement in the medicine behind recovery right now in our sport. So whether it's shakes, recovery drinks, stretching, ice baths, there's a lot of different ways you can try and recover. And you'll need it on a day like today. It's pretty hot.
It was 86 degrees at game time, they said, with just about 70% humidity. It felt like 91. And that's hot and humid. It's a normal summer day, but it's pretty warm for mid-November. And no matter how much you plan for this and play in this, there's still going to be fatigue that'll set in.
Well, the typical conference schedule rhythm is usually a Wednesday-Saturday game, so playing Friday-Sunday and Friday night, Sunday afternoon.
Freigard with a big sliding save. There's Powerade as the teams keep that close by.
Hopefully those are empty.
and getting refilled soon.
Sure.
They'll be back out with the Spartans kicking it. Carolyn Freigard to kick. Booms it over midfield.
It's finishing my thought before Freigard made that great save. Again, the regular season they play Wednesday, Saturday, so they have an extra day of recovery, whereas this tournament is a Friday, Sunday. So it is a little bit different than what they're used to in regular season, but this will be what postseason will be. So it's a good opportunity for them to get used to this rhythm.
Off to the races, kicked away by Miranda Gonzalez, but chased closely by Ingrid Leon.
As we mentioned at the beginning, Miranda Gonzalez is everywhere. She covers, ball goes in behind, she slides across back line and clears it out for a throw-in.
Throw in coming up for Barry University. Throwing it in will be Amanda Trainer. Surveys the field, just soft toss back to Trainer, but the Spartans tried to get it. Now Trainer able to knock it to the far side of the box. Robe, shot, not too tough for Freigard to pick up.
And if you remember, Trainer started the game in the midfield, a little bit more of an attacking role. Due to the injury of Picasso, had to come back. But you could see she's got a very comfortable left-footed serve that's cleared that ball all the way over to the other side of the field to Robe. There's a uniqueness with these teams, and even in our conference, we've got 30 players on both of these teams that are not from the state of Florida. You find that Barry players even are international. We've got starters from Scotland, from England, from Colombia. The keeper for Tampa is from Sweden. So this really has an international flair, this entire conference.
And I found covering the conference over this season that each team kind of has its own unique areas where they recruit internationally.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Depending on where the coaches are from.
Yeah, our team has Icelandic, German, Australian, Norwegian, and Swedish players and one Bermuda player.
Do you do most of the traveling to find these players? There's one right out front headed away by Freigard, was able to watch that one bounce harmlessly away.
Well, and you see two players in the box right there
Into the game for the Spartans.
for
Number
Barry.
23,
You've got a player
Hannah Watts.
from Oslo, Norway, and number 6, Leon, and then you've got Molly Sharp from Bradford, England. So exactly what we were talking about.
Spartan player might be cramping up. That's Sarah Raymond, number 2. Trainer coming out. Is holding her calves. That is Ingrid Leon from Oslo, Norway. Beautiful town.
This-
Sarah Raymond walking off.
This would be a big loss for Tampa. She really sets the attack. She starts it in the right back position, and you saw on Friday night got forward very, very well. So Erin Swatowski will have to make a strategic sub here because that would be a big loss for them.
Not saying that's what happened, but she did seem to be trying to stretch her calves or her hamstring. She looks like she's coming back. Not yet. Freigard with the kick. Blasts it out near midfield. And here comes Barry. Pushed off the ball by Allie Robinson. Barry still controls. Shot knocked down. And that was Sarah Raymond getting in the way of that shot. Grimshaw has it. Leon goes back to Grimshaw. Left side, reverses field. Tries to direct traffic a little bit, lets a shot go. It's going to go wide, and Freigard able to pick it up.
I don't think either of these teams want to give up anything in this last minute and a half. You could see Freigard right there, great opportunity to take a trap on the ball, catch it, burn a few seconds before the end of the half, as only a minute and 20 left.
Freigard chasing out again off the light pole. Went bounding over the stadium fencing. Throw in coming up for Barry. Heading to the final minute of the first half, with Barry leading this one 1-0.
1 minute remaining in the first period.
Hannah Watts in the game for the Spartans, number 23, as Freigard gobbled that one up. Final minute underway, first half. Freigard with the punt. Headed back by Nkomo. Out of bounds, Spartans will throw it in. Off the throw in, Nkomo heads it. Out of bounds again. Under 30 seconds to go, first half. Kicked off onto the side with 15 seconds to go. Robe has it for Barry. She scoots it forward. Freigard waits, watches it harmlessly go to the left of the goal. We're down to the final 10 seconds of the first half.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we've made it to the first 45 minutes.
That's the end of the first half. The score, Barry 1, Tampa 0. Just a reminder.
1-0. Barry leads this game at the end of the first half on this goal.
Just stick around
by
at the
Christy
end
Grimshaw,
of the game.
just over the outstretched arms of Carolyn Freigard. 1-0 Barry at half. We'll be back.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. Okay. No.
No, we're good. Yes. Okay, sounds good.
Okay. We are back at Barry University for the Sunshine State Conference Women's Soccer Tournament Championship game. Halftime with Barry leading Tampa 1-0 on a goal by Christy Grimshaw about 15 minutes into this game. Right now the Spartans with one shot on goal and both goalies with one save so far. Quite a conference this year in the Sunshine State Conference, loaded with players from, obviously, Barry University. Samantha?
Well, the teams were released this week, all conference. There are 7 different schools represented on the women's side. First team, also the overall player of the year as well as offensive player of the year after scoring 18 goals this year was Sierra Lely. You've got Ariel Kabangu, a powerful forward from St. Leo. She led their team with 10 goals and 5 assists. Paxton Strickler, she missed a non-conference play due to injury but came back to score 5 goals for the Tars. Sydney Niedermeyer was the defensive player of the year for her efforts in helping Nova to a 12-3-2 record and a second-place regular season finish. You've got players from both Barry and Tampa today with Freikard, Ferrero, Turner, Miranda, and her sister Gonzalez, Cece, as well as Crimshaw. Second team, Emma Bloom, a forward from Rollins, led the scoring this year with 7 goals. Kiara McCarthy had an outstanding freshman year at FIT with 11 goals, 2 assists, including a hat trick in the quarterfinals against Rollins. Denisha Cole makes the list as a forward, but also saw time in the midfield for Lynn. Genevieve Gignac, an important midfielder for St. Leo, collected 9 goals and 3 assists from the midfield position. Eva Blanton started all 17 games for FIT this season. Megan Block anchored the back line for Rollins as a junior. Selena James, tall center back. She can be lethal on free kicks and earned 4 goals from her defensive position. Amanda Capel, she's one of 2 goalkeepers who's seen time in the net for Nova Southeastern. Julia Cantor, senior goalkeeper, collected 9 shutouts, had a .75 goals against average for FIT. Coach of the year was Denise Brawley. Freshman of the year, Catherine O'Brien. She started every game for Rollins up top, tallied 6 goals and 2 assists.
All right, it is 1-0, Barry leading. We're about 10 minutes away from heading to the second half. Barry 6 shots already, Tampa with 4, but more importantly on the scoreboard, 1-0 Barry. We'll be right back. Nothing on it. Okay.
Yep. Thank you.
I need to get some more water. Okay, I'm going to just stand up for a few minutes anyway. See if I can find some more water.
I think I would talk about the 2 Gonzalez sisters for Tampa. Yeah, that was a really good one. And then yeah, I'd probably say the senior class because the other player we highlighted, she got injured. Okay, sounds good.
And welcome back to halftime of the Sunshine State Conference Women's Soccer Tournament Championship game between Barry University and the University of Tampa. I'm joined by Ed Pasquet, the commissioner of the Sunshine State Conference, and I would say it's safe to say this is the Conference of Champions.
Yeah, no question. It's a great day here in Miami Shores. It's a lot of fun to be here at Barry University, and we are the Conference of National Champions, as you said. 7 national championships last year, unprecedented in our 40-year history and unprecedented in NCAA Division II. It's a great conference.
And not only that, 7 this year, 3 the year before, 6 the year before, you're 94 total. You might hit 100 this year.
That's right. That's the question. We're going to have an online poll here and give some gift prizes out for which sport reaches our 100th national championship. It's a very big deal for the conference.
Now, 9 teams in the conference now. You've got 2 that are kind of ready and waiting to come into the conference. You're expanding.
That's correct. We're expanding 2 additional teams. If all goes well, July 1 to 17th will be 11 teams, all in the state of Florida, all private schools, 18 sports. We've added 2 over the last couple years in men and women's lacrosse. So it's good stuff for the league. We're growing, and we're continuing to get better.
And you have to enjoy the fact that you've got 2 very highly ranked teams in the region and nationally playing in this soccer tournament.
No question about it. We're looking forward to next week with NCAA play. We expect multiple bids as usual, and it's a great time of the year. A lot of championship play, a lot of excitement.
All right, Ed Pasquet, Commissioner Sunshine State Conference, thanks for joining us. We'll be back for more second half action right after this. Footwork, tries to center it, and Ferrero tries to dive.
Am I doing those or are you doing those?
We can both talk. I can start them and you can just add.
Yeah, I think they're so quick, I would go ahead and do them if you wanted to.
Okay.
Sounds good. I'm doing some keys for the teams.
Yep. Now they're on the other side.
Yeah, now we can. Thank you. I was just winging it because I couldn't see any of the graphics. Okay.
That's fine. We still get paid though, right? All right. Welcome back to Barry University, the home of the Barry University Buccaneers and the hosts for the championship game of the Sunshine State Conference Women's Soccer Tournament. Jack Ike along with Samantha Bohan. And it's 1-0 Barry at halftime. And Samantha, you had said if Tampa could stay close, that would be the best thing that could happen to them in the first half.
Well, they've done a great job. It's 1-0. They've had plenty of opportunities. They just got to put the ball in the back of the net.
Highlights of this game, only 1 goal so far to report. The Spartans have had numerous chances. Asgadum with the pass there. Sirica turned around, centered it to Cece Gonzalez. Couldn't make it, but Sirica came back with a shot. She had a pretty good chance at it, but a Barry player slid over, made her shoot just a little wide. Here's the 1 goal of the game. Christy Grimshaw waits, winds, fires, gets a pass. Miranda Gonzalez and over Frygard for the goal. That is your lone goal of this game to this point. Spartans did have a couple other chances. Again, Sirica, who has been pretty much Johnny on the spot a lot for the Spartans, fired that one. And here's one more try for Barry University. And Frygard stopped that one from Encomo. Right now in the first half, Barry credited with 6 shots, 4 for Tampa. 2 of them on goal. 1 of them did go in the goal. Spartans have 1 shot on goal. Saves 1 apiece for the goalies, Ferrero and Frygard. Spartans leading on corner kicks 3-1. and fouls 3 for Barry, 1 for the Spartans.
Well, and I think the key stat is the corner kicks. Tampa's had 3 opportunities, and they've got the 6-foot player in Allie Robinson. Second half, they've got to look to put one of those in the back of the net. That's a big advantage for them.
So Barry University getting ready to start the second half. Both teams still talking to their coaches. Barry 1, Tampa nothing. Second half coming up right after this.
Gonzalez sisters.
They're fantastic in every way possible. The whole family, from Cece to Miranda to mom and dad and Miranda's twin, and those two probably play everywhere on the field at some point throughout the game. We heavily rely on them, and I don't know why their parents stopped having kids, to be honest with you, because I would like to recruit every one of them.
Tell me a little bit about your senior class.
Senior class, what can I say? These guys, I mean, they've got 3 championships out of 4. I mean, that speaks for itself. They are Barry University. They're going to be sorely missed, but thankfully we don't have to think about that right now. We've got bigger things to think about. We won a championship today, and hopefully some more postseason play.
Okay.
Do you want me to say welcome back and then throw it to Samantha? Okay. Teams are coming back. Just about a minute before we start the second half, Barry University leading Tampa 1-0 in the Sunshine State Conference Women's Soccer Tournament Championship game. Samantha, you had a chance to talk to both coaches before the game.
I did. I asked Erin Switowski, the head coach at Tampa, about the special sisters she has on her team, and this is what she said.
They're fantastic in every way possible. The whole family, from Cece to Miranda to mom and dad and Miranda's twin, and those two probably play everywhere on the field at some point throughout the game. We heavily rely on them, and I don't know why their parents stopped having kids, to be honest with you, because I would like to recruit every one of them.
I also had a chance to talk to Denise Brawley, the Barry head coach, and we were talking about the special senior class that she has. She's got some big leadership on this senior class, and here's what she said. Tell me a little bit about your senior class.
Senior class, what can I say? These guys, I mean, they've got 3 championships out of 4. I mean, that speaks for itself. They are Barry University. They're going to be sorely missed, but thankfully we don't have to think about that right now. We've got bigger things to think about. We won a championship today, and hopefully some more postseason play.
So the coaches getting ready for the second half. Samantha, when you talk about the fact that both these teams most likely will be going to the NCAA tournament, how important is it, though, to still win the conference championship, or are you taking a quick look ahead to maybe next week?
Oh, no. I think that this is a big game for them. They both want this trophy. They both want to be able to say that they were the conference tournament champions. It also gives you good confidence rolling into the postseason. It's great to come away with a good win. And both these teams are high level, so just the opportunity to play against another good team this close to postseason will be very valuable. But these coaches are competitive, and the players are competitive as well, so they're going to want to win this one.
Teams are coming back out. For all the latest news, stats, polls, and more, visit ncaa.com/D2. ncaa.com/D2 is the official online home for all 25 NCAA Division II championships. Spartans coming back out first. They will be moving right to left. Tampa wearing the black jerseys, red striping, red vertical striping, white numbers. Barry with the red socks, white shirts, white shorts, red numerals. And they will be moving left to right.
Well, and a big bonus for the winner of this game is they get the automatic qualification into postseason, and that's a nice sigh of relief for either of these teams that happens to win that. You know you're in, and you can just start planning ahead for the game.
Barry will be initiating play to start the second half. And here they come out on the field, as I said, moving left to right. Fairly strong wind, but it's a crosswind out there today. Paula Ferrero running into goal for her team. Caroline Freigard in goal for the Tampa Spartans. Crowd getting into it again, and we are underway in the second half. A hot day here in Miami Shores, Florida.
It looks like both teams have returned to their starting lineup. You've got Raymond that's come back in for Tampa on the outside back. You've got number 12 for Barry, Picasso, so it looks like they're all returning their starters.
Throw in coming up for the Spartans. And it just bounces away, but they'll get another throw in. They'll advance it up about 20 yards, and Sarah Raymond will do the honors for the Spartans. And we'll do it one more time. Sarah Raymond to do the honors. Looking for Gabby Sirica just before it goes out of bounds. It does go out of bounds, so 3 tries all for naught for the Spartans, as Paula Ferrero will get the goal kick for Barry.
Well, I think a key for Tampa coming out of the second half, they've got to bring energy. It's hot. They've played 2 games that went all the way to shootouts, but this is the conference final. They've got to find energy. Keep pressing forward. They've created great chances. They just have to get on the end of one and put one in the back of the net.
Ferrero's kick near midfield. Spartans try to control it. That's Lauren Moore. She's knocked down, but Moreno boots it forward to Lauren Cicero for the Spartans. Fairly penalty-free game in the first half. 3 fouls on Barry, 1 on Tampa. 1 direct free kick for Tampa that was just high by Miranda Gonzalez. Spartans trying to weave their way through a couple players, but finally kicked away out near midfield. Barry players get right in front of each other, but coming back now is Robe. She turns directions. Miranda Gonzalez works her off the ball.
Well, Barry, the key for them in this second half is to pretend like they don't have a lead. 0-0 game, come out, try and add to the lead a little bit more. Can they take advantage of the free player that they have in the midfield? They've got 5 midfielders, Tampa has 4. So can they move well enough, have good spacing to find that free player and keep possession?
Spartans now try to go forward. Asgedam has it. She has Cicero on her left and gets it forward to her. Now Cicero has it, tries to advance, offside called.
Coach Swoltowski alluded to it earlier that they are typically a second half team. You could see the graphic 21-16 that they've outscored their opponent, so they're going to need to come up with a couple more today to get this win.
Player for each team down there. Asgedam for Tampa. There's the pass forward by Moreno. Asgedam put the move on. Still fought for it and then knocked down. I believe she ran into Amber Smith. Everybody seems to be upright and ready to play again, so here we go. Ferrero with the kick. Headed by the Spartans. Back out near midfield again. Kicked away. McDonald. Now Moreno lets it bounce a couple times. Boots it forward. Cicero for the Spartans. Kicked out of bounds. Spartans will throw it in. Early minutes, second half, 1-0. Barry leads Tampa. Kicked out of bounds, up into the stands, almost up here by us.
One change you can see Denise Brawley made, she has number 20, freshman Sharp, up top. And Como was up there as well as Robe, so that's something that's different. See if we can maybe find a target. She's not as quick as the other players, but she would be a good target to find to her feet.
Barry in control. Kicks it across midfield. Slides by Nkomo, back to Miranda Gonzalez for the Spartans. She sends it back to her goalkeep, Frykard. Goes to the opposite side of the field, looking for Sirica, where Barry will get it. Cross midfield.
This is the free player I'm talking about. You can see nobody was within about 7 or 8 yards of Grimshaw. They need to keep the ball moving quickly. Don't give Tampa time to slide over and shift in defensively.
Sirica takes the ball away from Grimshaw there. More and more boots it forward, but Robe races over, and her teammate Picasso escort the ball out of bounds. Christy Grimshaw, the only goal of the game belongs to her. Spartans try to move it forward. They do, but nobody back there for them. Barry advancing to this title game with a 2-1 win over Florida Tech on Friday night, where the Spartans had to play in the quarterfinal game because of being a 3rd seed. Beat St. Leo, actually tied St. Leo 1-1, won the game on goal kicks. Not goal kicks, but a shootout 5-4, and then played Nova Southeastern and again tied 1-1 after 2 overtime periods, and again a shootout 5-4 winner. Out of bounds, Asgedam watches it go. It's going to be a corner kick for the Spartans. Their 4th of the game, 1st of this half. Miranda Gonzalez to do the honors.
If I'm Gonzalez, I'm looking to put the ball right on the head of number 6, 6 feet tall, Allie Robinson, see if she can get one past Ferrero.
You can see Allie walking down. Well, they opt to go to Asgedam on a quick pass. Asgedam centers out front. Cicero shoots high, just over the back.
We saw Tampa do that short corner in the semifinals. Today it was very effective. Asgedam gets the ball. She takes it end line, gets a good serve off, lays it off in that slot run to number 7, Cicero. She just couldn't put it on frame.
Ferrero with the kick. Spartans advance the other way.
This is a player we haven't mentioned much, Chanel McDonald, number 18, the outside back for Barry, but she's played a big role in this team's success. She was actually a midfielder, and then they had an injury to Jade Adams, and so she had to slide from the midfield to the outside back, and typically that's not an easy transition, but she's managed it very well. You would never know she wasn't an outside back.
Moreno goes back to get it for the Spartans and kicks it out of bounds. He was looking for Cicero, but just missed wide. We are just about 8 minutes, 7.5 minutes into the second half. Barry leading 1-0. Barry now holding on to it. Goes out of bounds. Spartans will get the throw in. We haven't mentioned Cece Gonzalez's name much in the second half to this point. She tries to get the ball there.
Yeah, she started strong, but I think Asgedam has found the ball a little bit more, and that's certainly helpful to have a second player up there at top. But as I mentioned before the game, she's a key player. In order for Barry to get to, in order for Tampa, I'm sorry, to get this win, she's got to find the ball a little bit more.
McDonald holding on to it. Moreno takes it away. There's Cece Gonzalez. Now she tries to advance. Chased by a couple players. Asgedam and a sprint going on with Asgedam and Amber Smith. Just before going out of bounds, a little tussle for the ball. Asgedam takes it. Smith has it. Foul called.
That's great defense by number 15, senior Amber Smith from Barry. Asgedam has some wheels on her, and for her to stay step with step, shield her off, and keep possession of the ball, and then earn a free kick. That's a great play by her.
Off the free kick. bounding out of bounds. Spartans to get the throw in.
You can see there's a really big gap on the left side of the Barry lineup. There's a big space there. I'd love to see Robe maybe slide back a little bit, sit in that gap, and see if we can change the point of attack and run at number 2, Sarah Raymond, instead of being so high up and getting it with her right on her.
Spartan throw in coming up. Cicero came looking for it, but they throw it up, trying to find Cece Gonzalez. Bounces actually back to Moreno. And a nice takeaway by Trainer for Barry. Finds Nkomo, and she slides it back over to Ali Picasso. Far side to Robe. Foot race with Sarah Raymond. It goes out of bounds.
That's the space I was just talking about. You could see they tried to switch the ball, and it took a little bit of time for Robe because she was so high, so Picasso actually had to step into the midfield and play that ball in. Here the ball goes to Robe. She steps over it. Raymond's trying to keep step with her. Does a good job, and it goes out on Robe.
Off the goal kick, bounding over by the scorer's table right at midfield. 10 minutes and 30 seconds into the second half. Barry still leading 1-0. Aaron Switalski checking the book. Where is that one goal I wrote up? Spartans now trying to get it. That's Cece Gonzalez. Goes back to Asgedam. Asgedam trying to get it in the box. Knocked off a Barry player, and the Spartans will get another corner kick. Denise Brawley on the sideline. She has assistant coaches, Denny Whelan from Loyola, Maryland, but I know he's from Scotland. And the keeper coach is Eric Reyes, and the assistant coach, another assistant coach, is Sarah Dacey. Stacy Dacey?
Sarah Dacey and I actually played against each other in college. She was at North Carolina when I was at Duke. We had a good rivalry in college, and it looks like we're going to keep it going in the Sunshine State.
Miranda Gonzalez with the corner. Headed. Bounces out of the box. Robinson gives chase. Keeps it in bounds. Looking for a teammate. Goes toward the box. Tries to find Cece, and Ferrero picks it up and slides to the ground.
Good serve in. Finds Cece. She flicks it on. It might have hit the hand of number 27, Katie Turner, but that would be incidental and a good no call by the ref.
Moreno pops it forward, tries to find Cece. She heads it forward, loses her headband. Looks at the referee, wanted a call, doesn't get it. Asgedam has it for the Spartans, tries to dash forward, has Cece Gonzalez on the left, taken away before she can pass it off. Como checked by Moreno, but she just shoves Moreno away, and here it goes in Como. Moreno tracing her, Gonzalez just kicks it away. That's Miranda, and quickly slides, but I think it's going to be a corner kick for Barry. Sunshine, it'll be a throw-in for the Spartans, or for Barry. Sunshine State Women's Soccer Championship for the Spartans, 3 regular season championships, 6 tournament championships. Barry, 9 regular season championships. They've won the last 3 straight. 1 tournament championship, trying to make a 2nd tournament championship. They won the very first tournament in '03. Shot, Frygard picked it up. If you look at the tournament history, one year, I think it was '06 or '05, it was not held. They deferred to a hurricane. Canceled the tournament.
Only in Florida. Only in Florida.
Not too many other places will defer to because of a hurricane. Taken away by Rhea Seckler there. Tries to center.
That's a good idea, but I think Sharp was looking to maybe get the ball down the line, and Seckler sent it a little bit more into the middle of the field. Good idea, though.
Back at midfield, Sirica for the Spartans. Closely guarded by Grimshaw, but Sirica able to knock it out of bounds, and a corner kick coming up for the Spartans. One of these dead ball opportunities might pay off because Miranda Gonzalez has been pretty good putting it where it needs to be.
You could see them talking, Cece Gonzalez and Askedum up top. I couldn't see who that was. Talking, seeing if they can maybe plan something here.
Tampa has definitely dominated this game in corner kicks, 6-1. Miranda gets ready for the 6th, and she just quickly gets it over to Cece, fires a shot, and it rolls in the goal for the Spartans. I don't know if Ferrero was blocked or what, but that one was slow motion going into the goal. What happened there?
Short corner sent in, play to Cece
University of Tampa
Gonzalez.
goal,
She serves
number 15,
it.
Cece Gonzalez.
It looks like maybe
Assist
there's a
number
little
3,
bit of
Miranda
miscommunication.
Gonzalez. Time
Couldn't
of the
tell if
goal,
the keeper was coming out for it
59-33.
or number 11, Amanda Trainer. And it just goes in the back of the net. Maybe that gives Tampa a little spark.
Ferrero just didn't see it till it was too late, and she was surrounded by a couple Spartans in the dive to no avail, 1-1.
I just wonder if maybe she thought that the defender was going to clear it out. It's an unfortunate miscue in such a big game, but there's 30 minutes left, so it's going to make this finish very interesting.
1-1 now with 30 minutes to go. Robe fires a shot. Robinson knocked it away. It sails out of bounds.
Maybe that conversation that Askedum had with Cece Gonzalez paid off.
In the 60th minute, her 12th goal of the season, the leading goal scorer for the Spartans, the only one in double figures. 12 goals this year, but it's one of her lesser goal efforts for a season in her career. I believe she had about 18 or 19 last year. Askedum for the Spartans. Boots it forward. Sirica. Cece Gonzalez goes to the other side, but Sirica just keeps moving, finally kicked away.
Sirica has got a motor on her. She just keeps running and running and running. All first half, she was running up and down that sideline. She's continued that in the second half.
Moreno sets it up, finds Askedum. See if she can dance through. Finds Cece Gonzalez. Cece waits. Kicks it off on the side to Cicero. Moreno on defense drops pretty far down. Back to Cicero, and a foul called. Not much of one, but a foul called.
It's pretty good, well-called game here. I think you're going to see 25 Moreno just gets bumped by Nkomo.
So the Spartans will get the kick. Miranda fires away, pops it up near the goal. See what happens, headed away by Barry. Spartans try to hold the field, but out of the pack comes Robe. Quickly upfield. Spartans got to be careful here to not cough one up at that point. Didn't have too many players back. Throw in coming up. Picasso. Under 30 minutes now to go. Second half, I should say. 30 minutes in the game. 1-1. Bouncing back toward the Barry end of the field. Slides. Held in bounds, but no, the Spartans touched it last, so a throw in for Barry right in front of the Spartan bench. Spartans first year coach, Aaron Switalski. The assistant coaches, Britton Spence, volunteer assistant coach Javier Pinkay, and another volunteer assistant coach, Tiana Brockway. So putting in a lot of great time and effort. I know Britton Spence, former player here, played in about 5-6 years ago, I believe.
Well, I know firsthand that your whole staff plays an integral role in getting your team to a final like this and a game like this, so they certainly deserve the mention.
Grimshaw reverses direction nicely, still runs, still has the ball, moves it up forward, tries to pass. Robinson took it away for the Spartans. Headed up by Barry. Robe. Ping-pongs around a little bit.
You know, we haven't said Reyes Seckler's name very much. She's such a good player. She's right out here on the right side for Barry. And Robe is so dominant that I think sometimes Barry plays her side a little too much, but Seckler's great. I'd love to see Barry try and swing it around and attack this right side a little bit more.
Barry has to reverse field, gets it all the way back to Ferrero. She pops it up near midfield. And they get the ball to the aforementioned Rhea Seckler. There she is, has a little room to operate. Tries to get by Robinson, does, finds Robe. Robe fires a shot, hits the crossbar and goes away. Fires again, and Frygard dives. That was going to be wide, but wow.
Well, and that's what I'm talking about. This player, number 10, is dynamic. She's a junior, very creative with the ball. Plays it over to Robe. Robe gets a shot, hits the bar, just missed by a couple inches, and that's a 2-1 game.
Alas, it's still 1-1 with 25 minutes to go. Throw in for Barry. Far side of the field, near midfield. Bouncing back, Frygard will chase it down and scoop it up.
A player we haven't said for Tampa, Lauren Moore. She's a senior, 4 goals on the year. She played a little bit more of a defensive role at the beginning of the season, but has slid into more of an attacking midfielder role. I think she needs to step up and see if she can get a few more touches on the ball. 25 minutes, and we really haven't seen her get a hold of the ball.
Into the game for Tampa, number 23, Hannah Watts.
Hannah Watts coming back in the lineup for the Spartans. Number 23, that's her with the ball. Coach, yesterday when we were talking, you mentioned this is right about that no man's land time where you've got to really keep your focus and keep your endurance going. You've lost it from the beginning of the game.
For the Buccaneers,
you're going to get it back
16,
to the end of the game, the final 10, 15 minutes.
Well, and I don't think it's coincidental that you see both coaches making substitutions. The adrenaline of the second half is kind of worn off, and this is where you can hit a little bit of a lull. A lot of times teams give up goals in this section of the game, so you see both coaches trying to put some fresh legs, maybe give a little bit of lift, a little energy for this last 23 minutes of play.
Barry turns around, comes back across midfield. That's Seckler. Chased by Jess Moreno. Boots it forward. Has a little open look. Moving forward is Trainer. Knocked away. Turn around, Robe. Just wide. Good look, though. Shanice Robe.
You can see Trainer lays that ball off to Robe. Turns, gets a shot off. Goes a little bit wide. But that's better for Barry. They're putting a little bit more pressure on Frygard in the goal.
Out of bounds. Throw in Tampa.
This game really has been about momentum swings. You see Tampa, I think, started with the momentum at the beginning of the first half, and then it settled, it kind of evened out, and then once Barry scored, I think it kind of swung a little bit their direction. Then the start of the second, Tampa had a little bit more momentum, and now after the Tampa goal, Barry's trying to get a hold of it again.
Out of bounds again, throw in Tampa, Jess Moreno.
In a close game like this, we always talk about the details. It's the little things. A flick here, a toe poke here. Little things in a tight game against two talented teams will make the difference today.
Allie Robinson splits the difference between a couple players. Off to Lauren Moore. Now they go to the far side to Sarah Raymond. Shadowed by Robe. Little give and go, kicked away by Barry. Chase for the ball. Spartans get it. Punch it forward to Cece Gonzalez. Defers to her teammate Audrey Hayward. Sirica now. Cuts in midfield. She tries to taste it down. Barry with 11 shots already today. Tampa with 6. Oh, it seems more even than that appears.
Yeah, and I think even quality of chances, the shots statistic can be a little misleading sometimes because while Tampa was trailing in that stat, they had 2 great chances in the first half that really could have been up 2-0. So it's a little misleading, but obviously you want to start putting as many on frame as you can just to put pressure on the other team.
Cece Gonzalez with a center, knocked away, back out near Asgadam. Tries to get into the box. Taken off her foot, rolls out of bounds. Throw in Spartans.
This game has been a little bit more open than I was expecting. I thought you'd have two teams very good with the ball, good in possession. I thought it would be possession swings, kind of in bunches, but it's been really open. It's kind of gone end to end, and that's going to be interesting in these last 21 minutes with fatigue starting to set in. They've both played a game on Friday night, so it'll be interesting to see who's got a little left in the tank.
Bounding out of bounds, Spartans will throw in again. That's Hannah Watts doing the honors. Taken away by Robe, and she guides the ball out of bounds so that Ferrero will get the goal kick. Winner gets an automatic berth to the NCAA tournament, but your speculation is they're both going to get a bid, or going to get to the tournament.
Tampa was 3 in the last regional ranking, and Barry was 1, so the top 6 advance. So it certainly doesn't hurt Tampa to be in the finals, whether they win or lose. But as I said at the beginning, coaches want to win this, players want to win this, so they're not thinking about those regional rankings right now.
Barry from the far side centers at Frygard. One hopper gobbled it up. Like a shortstop there. Frygard just a sophomore. You look at this Tampa team, 3 seniors. Good seniors, but very young team. Aaron Switalski named the head coach. Had about a month to get packed and moved up to Tampa. Came from Florida Gulf Coast down in Fort Myers area. Grimshaw with her pass on the side. Gets it to Seckler. Moreno rides it out of bounds.
It's a good change of point right there. I think it went through Grimshaw. Swung from the left side through Grimshaw over to the right side.
Throw in for Seckler. Jack Ike along with Samantha Bohan bringing you this game from Miami Shores, Florida, campus of the Barry University, Buccaneer Field. Sunshine State Conference Women's Soccer Tournament Championship game. The hosts, the number 1 seed in the tournament, hosts the semifinals and finals, and it has happened in the past where the host has not won the semifinal game. Rollins won last year, I believe it was down here, and Tampa made the finals as well.
That's right. I think this is a rematch of last year's semifinal where Tampa advanced on penalty kicks. And if nothing changes in the next few minutes,
we'll see.
That might be in the future again for 2015.
We're under 20 minutes. Pretty good crowd here. They're very vocal for both sides. Predominantly a Barry crowd.
Number 15.
Throw in for Barry, and they headed out of bounds. Moreno will throw it in. Looking for Asgedon, but headed out of bounds. Seckler doing that. Moreno will advance about 20 yards and try it again.
You know, typical for a championship game, this game's really been 18-18. Both teams are being very calculating because they know the other team can take advantage of mistakes. So it'll be interesting to see in the last 17 minutes if a team makes a mistake and the other team can capitalize on it.
Grimshaw called for a foul there, I believe. And Miranda Gonzalez will get the kick. There's Coach Switalski and Britton Spence. Miranda with the kick, puts it right on goal. Ferrero watches it slide harmlessly off to the left.
I'm not sure if she was trying to shoot that or just maybe mishit it, because ideally you're trying to aim back post, between the back post and the 6 for somebody in the air.
.5 minutes to go in this game. Here's a breakaway for Asgedon, fires a shot, saved by Ferrero. She dives, gets it before Cece Gonzalez could be on the spot. Risky play there. Asgedam is still down.
You can see she just out-muscles number 27, Katie Turner, gets in. Ferrero stops the first shot and pounces on the rebound before Cece Gonzalez can get on the end of it.
They hustle back the other way. Barry trying to take advantage of this opportunity. There's a tackle outside. Foul called.
I think Asgedam has been the player of the match so far for Tampa. She's been very active, very dangerous.
So Spartans will initiate play. You know, here's your chance to get all the latest news, stats, polls, and more. Visit ncaa.com/D2. ncaa.com/D2 is the official online home for all 25 NCAA Division II championships. Back down deep in the Barry end. Kicked out of bounds. It'll give a throw in for Hannah Watson, the Spartans. 15:15 to go. Watts with the throw in. Finds Asgedam, but Asgedam has it taken away from her. She pushes a player out of the way, and the referee noticed that.
Into the game for the Buccaneers, number 20, Molly Sharp. Into the game for the Spartans, number 18, Gabby Sirica.
So Molly Sharp coming in, number 20 for Barry, a freshman from Bradford, England. Gabby Sirica back in the lineup for the Spartans. She was out for a breather. Even the perpetual motion people need a break, huh?
Yeah. You can see hands starting to rest a little bit on the hips when the ball's out of bounds. I think everyone's just trying to catch their breath as best as they can in these quick little breaks. Make one final push in these 14 minutes.
Sirica back in play for the Spartans. She comes in, Hannah Watts, and briefly back out. Right around the scorer's table, goes out of bounds. Spartans with the throw in. Lofted forward, try to find Asgedam. They do, but there's three others. Buccaneers waiting for her. Did go out of bounds, and the Spartans will get another throw in. How important is it? I mean, is it a good deal to keep advancing on throw-ins like that and just work your way down the field?
Sure. I mean, anytime you can get closer to the goal you're trying to score on, it's helpful.
Spartans have a chance. Diving shot knocked away. Out of bounds. Spartans will get the throw in. That was Sirica. Dodged one player, cut back in, but kicked away. Now they try to get the ball on her foot here. It's headed around a little bit. Finally kicked out. And headed out of bounds where Barry will throw it in. And there's Barry head coach Denise Brawley. Calm and collected on the bench.
Those are usually two words, I'm not sure.
They don't go with Denise Brawley too often, huh?
Oh, she's passionate, she's intense, she's competitive, she's confident. I think she's just a fantastic coach to have in our league.
Well, she looked calm and collected there, maybe not inside.
Well, the same goes with Erin. It's just really exciting to see some newer coaches get their own programs and be able to really do some phenomenal and wonderful things with them.
Well, 3 of the 4 coaches that advanced to the semifinals were in their first year here. Denise, the only one not a first-year coach, and she's only in her 3rd year.
Right. I know. I think I'm the old maid of the group. I've been at Embry-Riddle for 9 years.
Oh my goodness,
so.
almost a decade. Bouncing back, Barry will get it. They slide it back to Ferrero. 12 minutes to go. Asgedam with Grimshaw.
You can see the players are starting to get tired and the field is getting stretched bigger and bigger. The back line's not pushing up. And there's a lot of gap. You're asking a lot of your midfield right now. Both teams, there's a ton of space in here, and the team that can put the ball on the ground, knock it around, and take advantage of that space is going to be the winner today.
Throw in. Fight for the ball. Nice job by Seckler there to try to maneuver it. Kicked away and out of bounds. Grimshaw getting the Barry goal 21 minutes into this game in the first half, made it 1-0. That's what it was at halftime. And Cece Gonzalez equalizer at the 60-minute mark on just a slow motion roller. It seemed to roll through about 15 people.
I think Barry would like that opportunity back.
Slides back out to midfield. Allie Robinson turns it around for the Spartans. Looking for a teammate, finds Sarah Raymond on the other side.
Tampa's really doing a good job of keeping Barry to one side. They're locking him in, and they're not allowing that switch and not allowing Barry to find that free player on the weak side.
Grimshaw finds Seckler. Chasing down to the far corner is Robe. Looks, tries to put the move on Gonzalez, but Miranda Gonzalez slides. There's a shot coming up near, deflected away by the Spartans. Grimshaw slides down, try to get in on play there. Spartans Raymond kicks it away near midfield. Under 10 minutes now to go in this match.
That's a good battle right there. You've got Lauren Moore and Audrey Hayward in the middle against Grimshaw.
McDonald sends it down to Robe. Robe finds teammate Seckler. Try a little give and go, but the Spartans Hayward takes it away. Now Tampa on the other end. Lauren Moore kicked away before she could get it to Cece Gonzalez. Popped up near midfield again. Asgedam right on the midfield stripe. Looks for a teammate. Finds Sirica. Sliding kick out of bounds. And the Barry player, I can't see the number, but is stalling her teammates to come on.
Grimshaw, like we said at the beginning of the telecast, that she is the vocal leader. Even though she's a sophomore, she really looks to grab a hold of the team. She's been named a captain as a sophomore, and you can see she's trying to lead right now. She's pleading for her teammates to give a little energy. Just 8 minutes left in the game.
Raymond tries to punch it in the box, not able to. Spartans hold on to it. Finds Cece Gonzalez. She toes it off to the side to Cicero, who has to come back and get it. But the Spartans hold the zone. Hayward looking for an opening. Defers back to Raymond. Scoots it forward, and Barry able to clear it out. Ball bounding near the box. Finally kicked out of bounds by the Spartan bench. 8 minutes to go, regulation.
You can see Shanice Robe is up top, the lone forward for Barry, and just hasn't been able to get the ball much the second half. That's a credit to Tampa and their defense. Every time she gets the ball, she's got 2 or 3 players on her because she's that dangerous of a player.
Sirica fighting for it deep in the corner, was able to have it kicked out of bounds, giving a corner kick to the Spartans. This will be their 7th of the game to just 1 for Barry. And Miranda Gonzalez gets down there. A few of her teammates huddling around the goal. The kick, it's up. Headed away. Cece Gonzalez has to come back out. Moreno for the Spartans, surveys the field. Kicks it through. Sirica taking off the ball. Hayward has it for the Spartans. Under 7 minutes to go. Sirica still fighting for it. Comes back the other way. Dribbles forward. Looks. Centers. Knocked down. Taken away by Amber Smith. Rolls out of bounds by the Spartan bench.
It's hard for viewers to understand how hot it is. These players have put so many minutes on their legs this weekend. It's just really a credit to them. They're just giving everything they've got.
Cece Gonzalez knocked down. This one slides past Moreno. A little foot race for the ball. Moreno there. Also Seckler trying to get there. And Moreno's just going to get it over to Freitgard, who kicks it, and it goes out of bounds. So a little momentum change here, as it had been on the Barry side of the field for quite some time. Kicked forward out of bounds, and both teams pleading for it. They give it to Barry. McDonald to throw in. Finds her teammate, Molly Sharp. Sharp coming around. Back out near midfield. Picasso slides it over on the side to Amber Smith. She looks around, moves forward. Looks for an opening, comes back to Seckler. Seckler dancing around with Lauren Cicero, now sends it forward and one hopper right to Caroline Freitgard.
Well, and you could see Amber Smith didn't have a lot of options. She penetrated forward with the ball, but you saw both of the forwards were kind of getting back into an onside position. Not a lot of movement up top for Barry.
Headed out of bounds. Cece Gonzalez gets the ball, the throw in, looks, quickly finds Asgadam. Spartans waste no time. Asgadam to Cicero, back to Cece. See if she can split the seam. She does, has a little room to operate. Decides to wind and fire, and Ferrero picks it up on the bounce. It would have been just a little wide. 4:40 to go, regulation. Ferrero punting it deep. Molly Sharp trying to turn it upfield for Barry. Still has it. Fires a shot, goes wide. From our angle, it looked probably closer than it was, but...
I admit I was holding my breath a little bit on that. I was definitely holding my breath. She does a great job.
See how wide this was from behind the goal.
Cuts the ball to her right, puts it on her right foot, her stronger foot. Freshman hits a shot
That was
just
close.
narrowly
That was
hit
close,
wide.
yeah. Asgadam keeps it in for the Spartans, finds Cece Gonzalez. Grimshaw tailing Cece. Cece goes on the side to Sirica.
Asgadam has just been fantastic today. I'm just really impressed with her. She's got an incredible work rate. I know that the coaches were wanting a little bit of consistency from her, and she's done a phenomenal job this game.
Division II provides more than 100,000 student athletes with the opportunity to compete at a high level of scholarship athletics while excelling in the classroom and fully engaging in the broader college experience. Learn more about the D2 philosophy at www.ncaa.org/D2. Out of bounds, throw in for Barry. Barry doesn't have numbers but has the ball. Taken away by the Spartans. Asgadam looking for the pass. Cicero doesn't go to her. Drops it back to Moreno. We are under 3 minutes now. Cicero able to keep it in bounds and sends it down toward the box. Cece Gonzalez giving chase. McDonald, though, retrieves it.
That's a great ball.
Freitgard kicks it away, and I think kind of mishit that one.
You could see the midfielder in McDonald right there. That was actually a great ball. If Robe had a little bit more legs in her, I think she would have chased that one down.
McDonald to throw it in. 2:26 to go in the game. McDonald scoots it forward to Robe. Kicked away by Miranda Gonzalez. Not too far away, though. Hayward fighting for it for the, or Lauren Moore, I should say, fighting for it for the Spartans. Sharp held a little by Asgadam. Foul called with 2 minutes on the clock. The Barry fans pleading for their team. Grimshaw to kick. Lining up right on the penalty box line.
If you're Tampa, you just want a one-touch clear, high, far, and wide, not take any chances.
Grimshaw waits. Here's the advance. Kicks it forward. Has a little room in the box. Finally rolled away, and Miranda Gonzalez kicked it to the other side of the field, where her sister Cece just kicks it out of bounds. 1.5 minutes to go. And Como with it. Punches it into the box. Right out front, Robe tries to kick it and it just goes wide. Pleading with the referee for a call.
It's a good cross by Nkomo. Left-footed, right-footed serve. Serves it back post. Robe's right there, well defended by Moreno. Goes over the end line for a goal
1
kick.
minute remaining in the second period.
Frygard with the kick as we are under a minute. We're sensing there's OT in the future here. Throw in by Moreno. Kicked away. Out by Miranda. She's got to be careful here as Nkomo is hovering. Sharp now has the ball. There's still time, 30 seconds. Exhorting her team to attack. Ball bounces right in front of Frygard, bounces away from her, and Robe was waiting. It deflected, fortunately for Frygard, away from where Robe was, and she was able to pick up the bounce.
I think Coach Schwartowski turned backwards on that one.
Yep. 10 seconds to go.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, Samantha, let's play overtime.
That's the end of regulation. We'll have a 5-minute break and up to 2 10-minute sudden victory overtime periods.
All right, it is 1-1 after 90 minutes of soccer. Samantha.
Well, you know, Tampa started the game on fire, put a lot of pressure, created some really good chances against Barry, but it's actually Barry that scored first with a great shot by Grimshaw. Game was pretty even, and then a fortuitous goal by Tampa ties it up here, and here we are now, 1-1 going into overtime.
So 5 minutes on the clock to rest for everybody. So 1-1, Barry and Tampa. Overtime coming up. It'll be 10 minutes, and we'll be right back with the first overtime. Overtime coming up to decide the champion of the Sunshine State Conference Women's Soccer Tournament. Berry and Tampa all tied up 1-1. Jack Ike, Samantha Bohan. And this has been an interesting game, but we are going to have to play a little bit longer. This telecast is sponsored by the NCAA Division II President's Council. Welcome to NCAA Division II, where excellence is always the pursuit, but not a narrow one. Division II is the country's premier stage for what matters most, the hearts, minds, and ambition of young people. Make it yours. 1-1 as we have played 90 minutes of soccer. We've got 10 more to go, and it's been a goal in the first half for Berry, one in the second half for Tampa.
We can see in the first half, Grimshaw gets the ball from Seckler. She takes a touch, looks up, sees the keeper, drills a shot, upper 90, far post. Just a phenomenal finish. Sister-to-sister connection here. Miranda Gonzalez to Cece Gonzalez slips underneath the keeper's arms to tie the game at 1-1.
Which is where we stand here. Right now, Berry with 16 shots, 8 for Tampa. That's fairly low for Tampa, probably about normal for Berry. Shots on goal, 3 for Tampa, 6 for Berry. Saves, 5 for Frygard, 2 for Ferrero. Corner kicks, Tampa dominating 7-1. And that corner kick for Berry came in the first half. Fouls, 6 on Berry, 3 on Tampa to this point. We talk about this is the Conference of Champions. They have 5 national soccer champions. The last was Tampa in 07. Berry won 3 in 89, 92, and 93.
Definitely some good pedigree here in the Sunshine State, and this final has not disappointed. Look, at the end of the day, in overtime, it's a gut check. It's not so much tactical or anything like that. It's just who wants it more, who can create the energy, who can run that extra 5 yards, who can get in the box, take maybe advantage of a mistake, get a toe poke on a ball here. It usually isn't a pretty goal. It's just a gut check goal.
10 minutes. If it's tied after this 10, we'll do another 10. Throw in coming for the Spartans, who started play and are moving left to right as they have switched ends for this overtime period. Tampa in the dark jerseys, Berry in the white jerseys. Throw in coming up for Berry.
Excuse me, Jack. It looks like Berry started the way they started the game. You've got Robe as the lone forward up top.
That's Robe, punches it up toward the goal. Frygard jumps and makes the save, and somebody was waiting there, and just in case, and that was Picasso, just in case she didn't secure it. Actually, it wasn't Picasso, it was Amanda Trainer. Grimshaw kicks it out of bounds. Spartans will get it. Boy, Grimshaw is just soaked through her jersey.
Yeah, if she would have used her left foot on that, I think she would have had a better chance of maybe keeping that in play. But we've seen how potent her right foot is, so I'm not sure I blame her.
Robe trying to get it on her foot, taken away by Miranda Gonzalez. That's Grimshaw. Tried to leave it for Trainer. They weren't on the same page. It goes out of bounds. Raymond throwing it in, kicked away by Trainer. And Trainer pops it over midfield. Robinson back into the Berry end, and Como heads it forward. Hayward at midfield. Gets around and Como sends it off to the far side to Moreno. Under 8 minutes to go in the overtime. Kicked out of bounds. Throw in Spartans.
Well, I think if Tampa is going to put one in the back of the net, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes through 18, Gabby Sirica, or number 12, Asgadam. They've been outstanding today.
And Asgadam passes to Sirica on cue. She waits, fires. Popped up. It's waiting for it out of the Spartans. It's headed away by Berry. That was dangerous. As a couple Spartans were waiting if that ball would have hit the ground, but it kept being headed around by Berry. Hayward fighting for it. Defers back to Robinson. Pass looking for Cece Gonzalez. Gets it on her foot. She's got the goal for the Spartans. She finds Asgadam. Asgadam waits. Didn't shoot. Comes back to Sirica. Sirica Tried to ride her off the ball, centers it right out front. Oh, Cece Gonzalez slides a shot, and Ferrero makes the save. Spartans keep it in play, kicked out of bounds, and two great opportunities by the Spartans. Ferrero denied it.
Great pressure by Tampa. Sarika gets a serve off, goes through the box, back post. Oh, she's got a great chance. Cicero, great save by Ferrero to keep her team in the game. Again, a great serve right along the field. Great save to her right by Ferrero. Cicero put it on frame. She did her part, but Ferrero came up with a save and shows why she's first team All Sunshine State.
Corner kick right there. Robinson had it on her foot, bounces away. That was the 8th corner kick by Tampa.
Well, and Sarika, had a great serve in. Those are the easiest balls to finish. When you lay a ball nice and easy on the ground, just usually a little one-touch ball in there. That's actually how Barry scored the tying goal in the semifinal on Friday.
Ticked under 6 minutes in overtime. Throw in coming for Barry. Lofting it across midfield, and Robe watches it bounce over. Now she's got Miranda Gonzalez to beat. Robinson on one side. Robe comes forward, waits, still has it, fires a shot and a goal, and Barry has won the Sunshine State Conference Women's Soccer Tournament. Shanice Robe beating Carolyn Freikard. 4 minutes and 27 seconds into overtime. What individual work by Robe.
She just beat me to it. I was going to say, if Barry has a chance to win this game, I think Robe's going to have a hand in it. Individual effort. She cuts it back here. I actually thought she waited too long, but she still manages to get a shot off, puts it on her strong foot, her right foot, and just slips it in behind Freikard.
There were 2 Spartans on defense, but she was able to elude both of them and still get a clean shot. And Shanice Robe scores the game winner for the Barry Buccaneers, who win the Sunshine State Conference regular season championship, and now with the daily double with the Sunshine State Conference tournament championship. First team to do that since 2009 when Rollins pulled off that feat.
Well, this was a great game between 2 teams. You can just see the effort that both of them had. It was tough conditions to play in. Tampa playing their 3rd game in 1 week. Both went to overtime. This is their 3rd overtime game in the week. And a save on one end by Ferrero, come the other way. Robe scores the game-winning goal. Again, she gets the end line. Gonzalez does a good job of making her cut it back and slows the defense, actually delays her up a little bit. Cuts it to her right foot, takes a touch here. Good positioning by Freikard, just a good finish by Robe.
So there was the game winner, beating Freikard on the left side. And the Spartans fall to the Barry Buccaneers. Barry now getting the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. The Spartans will wait, and their fate will be known tomorrow evening about 6:30 as the pairings will be announced for the NCAA tournament. For this game, though, 11 shots on goal for Tampa, 16 for Barry. I should say those are shots, not on goal. 5 shots on goal for the Spartans, 6 for Barry, 5 saves for Freikard, 3 for Ferrero.
Well, really, it was an even game, end to end, very open, and it was just going to come down to one individual play like Robe. She did a fantastic job, and congratulations to Barry for winning the tournament.
So Barry will advance, and a great win. They are now 13-2-1 on the season. Tampa 12-3-5. So Barry wins the Sunshine State Conference Women's Soccer Tournament 2-1, 4 minutes and 27 seconds into overtime. A goal by Grimshaw in the 30-minute mark of the game. A goal by Cece Gonzalez at the 60-minute mark for the Spartans tied it up. But it was a goal by Shanice Robe, wins this one 2-1 for Barry. Thanks for joining us. This has been the Sunshine State Conference Women's Soccer Tournament.